G'day YouTube, Warbles on a lot here with yet another clip in the SunFoil 5th prototype construction series. Those of you who've been paying attention for a while to this series will be aware that I've had some problems with the spray painting, and this has now had 2 days to dry, and it's, the paint's hard and it's shiny in some places, and the places where I didn't like the look of it, I've sanded it back, and well, let's have another go. This is the place where the infamous blue Wren shat on the wet paint last time, and turn this around, you might just be able to see the multiple places where I've had to sand that leading edge, because just before I ran out of paint I tried to put one more coat on that leading edge, and whereas I had sufficient spray cover for the paint to form a even wet film there, over here it basically speckled a bunch of droplets in exactly the way I didn't want it to do, and I probably would have talked myself into believing that was acceptable if it wasn't for the blue Wren shitting on there. So let's see how we go. Now it's 11:15 in the morning, and over here at the swimming pool the shade temperature is 8 degrees Celsius, right? Inside the hut it's 15 degrees Celsius, and out here under the shade of the gum tree it's 13 degrees Celsius. So yeah, let's make a guess that the wind temperature is somewhere between 10 and 12 degrees, perhaps, maybe 13. The fairing has been out here in the sun warming up for about an hour, and the can of paint spent 3/4 of an hour on the dashboard of the car under the glass in a solar oven, so it's up to temperature. Okay, so let's see how we go. You have to shake the shit out of these cans. In fact, I don't know whether you can see that, I'm shaking it so hard the ball bearing has already dented the inside of the can, even though it's a full can. Now, years and years ago I helped a bloke spray paint his car, and I learnt a thing or two, and one of the things I learned is at the start of the spray you get droplets. At the end of the spray you get droplets. So instead of starting to spray on the job, you have to start spraying away from the job, and then after you've got an evenly established spray pattern, then you move on to the job and continue past it and then stop. I'm pretty sure the camera's going to have trouble with soundtrack synchronisation, so it may not look like I'm doing it properly, but be assured I do know what I'm trying to achieve. And you have to shake this thing for 1 minute. Pretty please, creator, can you keep the wind out of the clearing? It's a lot easier when it's not blowing. Yes, it is nice when you can rotate the table, isn't it? Very nice. Okay. Yes, I do propose to use the full can. The reason I want the leading edge so thick is because that's where it's going to get most of the insect abrasion. Okay, I like that. Showing empty the spray nozzle. That way the little bit of paint will come out next time. Now, pretty please, creator, don't let any birds shit on it. Don't drop any leaves on it. Don't let any insects sit on it. And we just have this dry and look good. Pretty please. Here we go, and that's one blemish I don't quite understand. I suspect a couple of days ago when I was spraying, I may have succeeded in getting a droplet of solvent to come out very late in the spray. Yeah, shiny, shiny. I think that's going to work out acceptable. I bloody hope so. I'm getting sick of buying cans of spray paint. Beginning to realise that there's only so far you can go with this shiny, shiny without starting again, sanding the wood back and trying to make it as perfect as if it was an aeroplane propeller. When this thing's only got to do sort of, well, maximum 100 miles an hour indicated airspeed when you're doing 60 mile an hour forward into a 40 mile an hour wind. So it hasn't technically got to be that good, but it has to look good. So anyway, in theory, that's the final bit of blue spray painting, and you watched it go on. Ciao.